So, hello everybody. Tonight we are going to be going over what went down at Green Carpet. It was so much fun. If y'all can't hear me and I'm like really delayed, it's because the service here is not that great. But I'm not going to be doing a lot of the talking. I'm going to be getting input from leaders and everything like that. So, let me move this over here. So I'm just going to kind of start with like what my favorite part was. So I was so happy that a lot of our leaders got to go on this trip and experience what conference was like, because before I've never had a team that has gone to conference with me. I've always had to go alone. I've always had to go to these events by myself and not really get to have the experience of having my team there and having y'all there to be able to learn and grow and get some information and get tips, because it's not the same when you're just hearing it, but y'all can implement this into your business as to what we're giving you, because it's so important and it was so much fun. So conference will be in February, so make sure you start saving up for that. It'll change your life and it will make your business go to unimaginable places. I promoted to double the month after conference, so we went in February and I promoted in March. So it does a lot of things to your business when you're around so many like-minded people and you have so much energy and you're really excited, and it gets you really fired up, like my dad just said. So basically I want to get input from the leaders and y'all to learn what we got to learn from conference. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the part that I got to go to for being double. There is a diamond and above part that I know I'll have so many leaders at with me next time we go, but I got to go and get a little bit of extra information that I'm going to share with y'all. So it basically was just starting out with Mark talking about how we have made this year so amazing. Just in keto coffee sales, it was $3 million just in keto coffee. So if y'all can imagine the kinds of sales that we're bringing in, because this company is so amazing, so incredible. We have amazing products and we're just getting started. We're not a household name yet, but we will be, to where people have our stuff all in their houses. Everybody knows about us, and I'm so excited for that day to come. He basically was telling us a story about in the Winter Olympics when a man fell at the starting line. He broke his ski, broke his, what do you call those things, Dad, that you like push yourself with? Anybody know?
Ski poles.
The poles. Snapped his pole in half. His ski completely came off, and he thought at that moment when he fell that he was going to be in last place. How many of y'all would think that if you fell at a track meet and didn't come out of the blocks fast enough and face planted, you already know right then in that moment that you're not going to go anywhere? Well, he ended up winning first. And he was just talking to us about how you can sit there when people tell you no, and people give up, and people join your business and they don't do anything with it, and people don't just start this and run with it, and your paycheck isn't what you want it to be, and you feel like all these things keep crashing down and you keep feeling like you've fallen at the finish line and you can't get up. He turned around and won first place in that race. All odds were against him, and he won by a landslide. So I think in this business, it's so easy when you first get started to just get so defeated, so easy, and give up on yourself because your whole friend and family group didn't support you and everyone told you no, and you're not used to being told no and being left on red, because this is obviously new to everybody. Nobody joins this business with experience normally. And so it's really hard to accept when people tell you no and people don't help you and they don't support you when you get started, but that's okay, because as long as you don't give up, you're going to get somewhere. Everything that y'all have gone through, I've gone through it too, and I'm here. There's no reason that I'm here other than the fact that I've never given up on myself. I've never stopped working my business. I posted every single day since I got into this company, and people still message me daily that I've been following up with since the very first day of this business that are just now joining. That took a little over a year for people to sign up. And you always have to remember the fact that how long did it take you to join? How long did you have to watch your upline? And if you joined right away, you're a red personality because you're money motivated and you're going to take any opportunity that it comes that makes money. But there are a lot of you on here that watched until you got that right moment and you became comfortable with what you're doing. Is there a noise, Lauren? Is there something that's making a noise? I'm just going to keep going. Anyways, so who wants to start? Abby, we can start with you if you want to unmute yourself and talk about your favorite part of Green Carpet. And I'm going to go ahead and pin your video. So for the recording.
The first thing I want to talk about is it's so important to go to like these It Works events. This is the first one I've ever been to, and oh my God, it has completely changed the way I look at like my business. I always like, Cheyenne always went, and I was always like, oh, that's so awesome. Oh, okay, like this is really going to change like how I think and everything else, but like it really doesn't change the way you do your business until you go. You don't get motivated until you go and like experience it and see all the top leaders walk across the stage and hear all their stories and how much debt they've been able to pay off. And it's just really inspiring. And then another thing that they said that really stood out to me is find what works for you. If like social media is not your thing, you're not going to be able to post all this like stuff and message 1,000 times a day if that's not your thing. If you're more like person to person, host parties at your house. Blitz people, just like walk up to people, hand them your card, tell them what it is. Find what works for you to sign on the customers and get the distributors. Because what works for me won't work for Cheyenne, or what works for me won't work for Marley. Another thing they said is like you can't expect the leaders to hold your hand through everything and do everything for you. If you don't work, you will get passed. And that's one thing that like Cheyenne did with me. I stopped working and somebody else under me passed me. So, I mean, because a lot of things that happen on my team is once I start helping and moving customers, then they think that they don't have to work. And it's not like that. You really have to like take responsibility because it's your business and you need to work your business. And we're always here to help, but there's only so much we can do, if that makes sense.
Exactly. I love that. Okay, Lauren, I'm going to go ahead and spotlight your video. You just have to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first thing, I have two things regarding like your team and distributors, and the one thing that like she talked about regarding the loyal customers. So the first thing that she said, and like something that like I literally left there with, was to take care of your loyal customers. And like I think when she said that, like I felt so guilty because I don't do that. I had never, I mean like I follow up with the people that like I kind of know personally because I'll either like text them often and I'm like, oh yeah, she's a loyal customer, like, hey, how do you like your products? But it's more of like a lot of people sign up customers for the 90-day challenge, and like that's all of that we think that they're good for is like that 90 days. And then we sign up customers to replace them after their 90-day challenge, but that's not really how it should be. They can keep ordering after the 90 days, and we don't have to focus on replacing them. We just add more customers and add to our volume. And so she was saying that like after their 90-day challenge, text them and be like, hey, like, how did you like your challenge? Like, did you get any results? Like, send me your results, or et cetera, et cetera. And then she said, like, if you're talking about 90-day challenges that you're doing, like, loyal customers, when you sign them up, they don't just have to do one 90-day challenge. They can order whenever they want and start another 90-day challenge. Like if they did hair, skin, and nails, they can go do a weight loss 90-day challenge, or like next month they can start another 90-day challenge. And like it's our responsibility to follow up with them and make sure that they like their products and they got the results they saw, and like if they want to order again, that they know how to do it. Because like two of the loyal customers I texted today about the promotion, like still don't know how to order from their website because they just like joined with the auto shipment and that's what they like, and they never have logged on before. And that was like something that I was like, okay, well, like I'm guilty of that. And so I've been really conscious like since I left yesterday to like text all my loyal customers and like literally go through. And that's why it's so important when you get a loyal customer to either like write their name down in your notes or get off of social media and save their number in your phone. Like all of my loyal customers say LC and then their first and last name. So that whenever I need to go follow up, I just type in LC and I literally went through the whole list, and I sent them the script and I was like, hey, since you're a loyal customer, like you're the first to hear about our perks. So this is what's going on. Here's a new product. And like so many of them hadn't seen it on my social media like I thought they would. So it's important to just make sure that like you let them feel like they signed up, and because they're a loyal customer, like they're important. Done with that, now I'm out of breath. Something else that kind of goes off of what Abby said, but they said to match and not to manage. So your job as a sponsor isn't to manage your team. Like you're not the manager, and you're not meant to like build them yourself. And so another thing was like don't force this business down someone's throat, because it's going to waste your time, it's going to waste their time, and like if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it to their fullest potential, and you're just wasting your customers, you're wasting your volume, you're wasting your time. So work with the people that are like-minded like you, and then you'll be able to duplicate everything that you're doing right. You'll be able to duplicate and their new team, everything that they're doing right, they'll be able to duplicate to them. And it's just a much better process than trying to force this business down people's throat who don't want it. Because in the end, you're going to have to replace them. And it's just so much more work than working with the people that want this. And the only other thing I had was just match efforts and don't build. So, I mean, as hard as it is to like want to go with for those promotions and build your whole team, I feel like it's not worth your time to just waste all of your efforts. And it's going to be more, you're going to get better results working with the people that work with you. And if you're constantly building their team and somebody got to Ruby and they only signed 2 customers, they're going to think it's always that easy. And it's not always that easy. It's not going to be easy when they haven't signed on a distributor and somehow they're at Ruby and then they're wondering why they can't promote again. It's because you did it for them, and they're going to expect you to do it for them for the rest of the business, and you can't do that because you have your own business to deal with. And you really want to focus on what you need and what the team members that are working really need.
Exactly.
One thing I want to add to what you said.
I think my favorite part of what you said was just that making sure you're keeping up with your loyal customers. Make sure that you are asking them if they love their product, asking them if they want to change it. Because, guys, what if they end up ordering hair, skin, and nails, and they really wanted to try keto, coffee, chocolate, grains, and wraps? If you never talk to them and you never check up on them, that's like 100,000 BV that you're missing out on, and promotions you're missing out on just because you're not talking to your customers. And the goal is just to make sure that your customers continue to order. You don't want just 3 months. That's not our goal. Our goal is to make them order every single month that they're in this business. I have customers that have never turned off their auto shipments. They've ordered every single month since I've started because I update them and I talk to them and I make sure, like with this new energy product, that I'm checking up with them and I say, hey, we have a new product and I know that you might love it because it's energy and everybody needs energy. And right now you're going to get 2 boxes. If you pay for 2 boxes, you're going to get 1 for free plus free juice. So don't miss out on things like that, and making sure that you're updating your customers and you're not building your team so quickly and you're like updating them and being like, hey, if you enroll a customer, I'll match your efforts and I'll give you a customer. Or if you enroll a distributor, I'll match your efforts and I'll give you a distributor, and we'll work together. Because if you want to run, I'll run with you. But if you want to walk, I'm not going to run and have you walk next to me, because that's not how it works. This is a team thing and I'm going to help you. Lauren, did you have something else to say?
Yeah, one more thing that was like a super big help to me was they were talking about how everyone learns differently. And like me and Cheyenne and Abby talked about this one night because we all kind of struggled with the fact that like it was hard to understand that like I could print out all the charts and like print out all the stuff and read all the details and like really understand this business. But there's someone who can read all of that and look at all of that and not comprehend any of it. You have to figure out how your team members learn. And so if they learn better by videos, send them Jay Hooper's videos, send them Cheyenne's videos. If they are more visual or they need to like have a conversation about it, like get on a FaceTime with them and be like, hey, let's talk about this. But you have to really understand how they work, or you're just going to like word vomit all of this information and they're just like, it's just going to like in one ear and out the other. And it's not going to resonate and they're going to be overwhelmed and they're just going to want to quit.
Exactly. And that's something that's so important to know. It's like, it's really important to understand your team and understand how people work, and even knowing yourself, if you don't feel like what you're doing is what's working best for you. Like if you're not getting results, you're doing something wrong. And it may not be something that you're doing wrong. It may be something that you just haven't figured out yet. So if you're not somebody that loves social media, and I'm not saying it's just because you're lazy and you don't want to do it. I'm saying if that's like not something you feel like you love, and you have a house or you have somewhere where you think you could do better in social settings, like I'm in a dorm and I would love to have wrap parties every single day. I'm extremely extroverted. I love talking. I love showing our products, and I'm able to just talk in front of people. And I would build myself to ambassador through wrap parties if that's the only way I could do it. Because I know that that's my character. I'm not shy to be in front of people, and I'm not afraid to talk about our products. So if that's something that you want to do, I would love to help you do stuff like that. But if you're very introverted and you know that you're not a social person, you're obviously going to use social media because you have a wall between you and everybody else. If that helps you feel more comfortable and that helps you be able to work your business, that's what works for you. But if you notice that you enroll a distributor that's like very extroverted and it's excited, offer them to do wrap parties. And if you know absolutely nothing about that, YouTube and leaders. That's what we're here for. So if you need help and you need like to figure out what's going to work best for you because what you're doing right now isn't working, this business is so easy to figure out things that work for you. So I love that. Thank you all for sharing your tips. Cheyenne, I'm going to spotlight you and let you share some of your favorite tips from this weekend.
Okay, can y'all hear me? I'm not talking to you now. Okay, can y'all hear me? No? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm stuffing my face with crab legs right now. So probably I honestly say like the only thing I remember from this weekend is the fact that they were all just talking about our mindset on the business. I got super discouraged this past month, just be like one thing after another. And I feel like after this weekend, like they said that like you were going to walk in here as whatever rank you were, and then you were going to leave with the mindset of an ambassador diamond. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then honestly, like after I left, like I even told Cheyenne, we were at like the last event, I was like, I'm going ambassador tomorrow. I was like, it just like pumped me up so much that like, it's crazy. Like, but you have to change your mindset. Cause I was talking to some of my distributors today, and they just kept saying how it was hard and like this and that. And I'm just like, okay, well, don't make it hard. Make it easy. Like this business is not hard. It's from your cell phone, or like if social media is not for you, like it's face to face, but this business is not hard. Don't make it hard. And I feel like the mindset was probably the biggest thing, because you have to be positive or you're not going to go anywhere in this business. If you constantly tell yourself that, oh, I can't sign customers, no one on my team works, it's because you don't work. It's not because your team doesn't work. It is because you don't work. And I feel like if you have like a positive mindset, it just changes the whole thing. Like we were sitting in the hotel room, and it was me, Abby, and Lauren. And we were all just like kind of talking, and then in my head we're all sitting there messaging, and I'm just like, next ambassador diamond. And I signed up 2 distributors within like 15 minutes of each other, because I kept telling myself that like this was my next ambassador diamond. Like this girl's going to sign up and she's going to start running. And one of those girls already signed like 2 customers. So it's like, you just have to change your mindset about it and speak it into existence. And I feel like that's like the key thing from this weekend.
I love that. And it was so crazy to be able to watch everybody like come into conference, and I didn't even know, I'd never met any of them except Cheyenne before this, and Abby. But I mean, like Lauren and Linda, I didn't never meet them before that. When they walked in, it was like I already knew them. And I loved having that because I plug in with them. They plug in every single day, and they learn so much from all of us. And I know that if all of you plugged in every single day and you worked your business with us, we get so close, and it's so much fun. And like, I feel like if you don't plug in and you're not learning from each other and we're not vibing off each other and everything, you're not ever going to catch the vision of this company. And being able to go to those events and get plugged in and go to stuff that's like where you're being able to be surrounded by so many like-minded rich people, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm seriously going to be an Ambassador Diamond. And getting to watch Lauren and Shane and Linda and everybody that was there just really come in having no idea what they were getting themselves into and leaving with an Ambassador Diamond mindset because they believed in themselves was so awesome. So Linda, I'm going to spotlight you, and I want you to tell me your favorite part of conference and something that you learned. So go ahead and unmute yourself and you're spotlighted.
I would definitely say that being there, like you guys want to make sure that you're getting on the Zoom and you're going to events, because these leaders and Cheyenne are trying to reach out to you and trying to help you and trying to show you how to be successful and to understand what you need to do. So just be available to your leaders and just listen to them. One of the biggest quotes that really stuck out to me was, if you're not networking, you're not working. So make sure you're posting, make sure you're messaging, make sure you're adding people. I know that's a tough one. It's a tough one for me with adding people, and you want people to follow you back. But make sure that you are working your business every day, not just on the days you feel like it. Suddenly get a rush of energy. You're like, oh, I'm going to post 10 times today. Do that every day, not post 10 times. You want to work every day.
Okay, perfect. So let me spotlight myself again. Okay, so I have some notes that I took at conference. Okay, I'm just going to kind of go over some simple things with y'all, stuff that I think is really going to be beneficial for you. So if you want to take notes, you should have been taking notes this whole time so you can get stuff down, because it's important to go back and reread it and truly believe what we're saying. But I'm going to read some stuff to y'all. So make sure that when you're building your business and you're talking to people every single day and you're working, you're writing down your potential's names. You cannot expect your brain to remember every person that you're talking to, especially when you start ranking up and you start talking to so many people every single day. You're not going to remember them. So every month I have a piece of paper that I write down all of my potentials on, and I have a list, and when they sign up, I highlight them. That way, if they don't sign up, every single month, I have a whole list of potentials that I get to go through and make sure I'm not missing up any single person that I've talked to. Because when it comes to promotions, there is no time and there is no room for volume, because no room to how do I word this correctly? There's no room to lose volume when you're promoting. You need every single BV that there possibly is. So if you don't write down somebody's name, what if that's one person that works the system? That's 94 in volume that you're missing out on, So make sure you're writing down names, because that's so vital to being successful in this company. That way you can always just have people to follow up with. So you can also do that in your calendar. There's always note sections in calendars, which is good to just all have it together. I get the phone numbers off social media as fast as I can. I send my message. They say, yes, I'm interested. And I say, perfect. What is your number? And I'd love to send you more information about the products and how to get my discount. Adding in that last part about discount gets people in, because they're like, oh, I need that discount, so I obviously need to text her to get it. That's what people connect the dots with. So I get that number off. I go immediately into my messages and I save their number as Sam Smith, PLC, PDT. That way when I go to follow up on Follow Up Friday or whenever, I type PLC or PDT in my messages and they all come up, and I just send my follow-up message to all of them, and I'm done in 5 minutes. Smarter, not harder. That's how you should think. Throwing a fit, which is basically a wrap party. If you have a house or you have somewhere that you feel comfortable enough to be able to invite people over and talk about these products face-to-face, is so much more solidifying than talking over the phone. If you go up to someone's door or someone's sitting in front of you at a wrap party and you're like, hey, this business is amazing. I'd love to talk to you about it. Here's a wrap. I'd love to wrap you. You're going to be able to seal the deal so much faster. So if you want to talk about having a wrap party and having people over at your house, shoot me a message, talk to your leader. We would love to help you do that. If I have to fly to you or drive to you and come help you do this, I would love to help you do it, because I want y'all to be super, super successful. Blitzing is something I need to do and work on more, so I'm pledging to do it more, and I want y'all to do it with me. I keep blitz cards in my purse and wraps in my purse at all times. I just don't use them as much as I should. When you're going to a restaurant and you're checking out, leave a blitz card in there and just say, like, hey, I'd love to get more information on these. Here's my information. Leave a blitz card. Anytime I'm at the grocery store and you see somebody checking out, walk up to them and be like, hey, would you mind if I gave you a coupon? They're going to be like, yeah, like, what is it? And they'll look at it and be like, have you ever heard of that? They're going to say, no, or maybe yeah, and be like, perfect. I'd love to give you more information. So that before and after picture on that wrap, that's literally in 45 minutes. Like, you can tighten, tone, and firm in as little as 45 minutes. You can wear it longer, but you can literally wear it for 45 minutes. Those results, and they're gonna be like, wow, like, that's so crazy. Like, yeah, so it's a wrap. It helps tighten, tone, and firm your skin in as little as 45 minutes, and you wrap every 72 hours, and her results are going to get better after those 72 hours. So that's just in 45 minutes. And they're gonna be like, wow, that's so awesome. And you'd be like, yeah, so what is your number? And I'd love to send you more information. If they say, like, people in that situation are not going to tell you no. Like, that's too awkward for them to be like, no, thank you. Or you can be like, hey, what's your Facebook? I'd love to add you on Facebook, and hand them your phone with Facebook open so that it's like right there. They know they can do it. We're going to go over that more. I'm going to be better about doing trainings on blitzing because it's so important, and it's great to get yourself out of your comfort zone and do that.
If they say no, is that great?
Yeah, if they say no, thanks for your time. Talk to you later, because you're going to find people that are interested. So the number one thing that I love that they talked about is they had Diamonds and Above stand up, and they wanted us to turn around and talk to anybody that wasn't standing up and give them our best tip. And my best tip to everybody was to be consistent. Not signing up enough customers, you're not being consistent enough. Not signing up enough distributors, you're not being consistent enough. Not growing your paycheck, you're not being consistent enough. Not promoting ever, you're not being consistent. Every single thing that you can come up with in this business as to why it's not working for you leads back to the fact that you're not being consistent. I have posted every single day since I started this business, and I have never not signed up a customer in a month. There's never been a month that I've gone without signing up anybody, and that's because I'm consistent. And you can sit there and say, like, I'm not signing up anybody. Well, have you posted every single day about this business and what it's doing for you? Probably not. And I guarantee you that I can go back to the fact that you're not being consistent, and that's why you're not being successful. Consistency is key to this business. If you're not going to be consistent, then you're not going to be successful. If you're not messaging, okay, if you're posting and you're not messaging, when you message people and talk to people about that, they go to your profile and they look at what you're doing, because some people, if they've never heard of what you're doing and they don't have a clue what you're talking about, they're going to go look at your profile. And if you've never posted, you're ruining the fact that you're messaging them, because they don't even know what you're doing. So if you're not posting and they go back, they're going to be like, okay, no, I'm not interested, because like your message probably creeped them out because they don't know what you're doing at all. So make sure you're doing those 4 steps that I tell you all about all the time: messaging, posting, interacting with your followers, and following. So you're building your audience to see those posts, and they all coordinate together. That's why we do them. Fortune is in the follow-up. This goes with being consistent. You're messaging every single day, so you're growing your PLCs list that we're writing down. Then when you're messaging them, you're writing those names down, you're getting those customers. But the important thing to know is that 2% of the people that you talk to are going to sign up on the spot. 2%, guys. That is not a lot. So that means 2% of the people you follow up with are going to sign up on the spot. 4% are going to sign up after two follow-ups. 5% are going to follow up after 3, or going to sign up after 3 follow-ups, and 85 to 90% are going to follow up anywhere from 5 to 12 times. That just means that if the people that were sitting on the top leaders part are the people that chose to follow up. Those are the people that sat there and worked their business every single day and chose to follow up, and they got all those customers because they didn't stop following up after one time, or didn't message them one time and expect them to get signed up and get pissed off that they didn't. You know, how many times have you messaged somebody and never followed up with them? I know all of you have.
Going on with that real fast. So the other night I was sending out messages, and I messaged this girl I just sent her my little customer message, and she responded and she said, yeah, actually, I've been talking to someone about the business, and like I'm interested in joining. And well, first I made sure that none of us followed her, so I wasn't gonna steal this potential. But then I said, hey, okay, what's your number? I'll text you more about the business. And we talked. I mean, we didn't just talk about the business. She asked me about school and all this stuff. And then she signed up the next day. And she had already been talking to someone previous who didn't follow up with her. So she was just sitting there and didn't know who to reach out to about joining. And that's how easy it is.
Exactly. And even like, I'm gonna be guilty and tell y'all, there are so many people that like I've scrolled through my Instagram feed and they're like, I just signed up with It Works, and I had messaged them before. Just because I didn't follow up with them, or I didn't write their name down, or I didn't get them off Instagram into my contacts, they fell through the hole. And so they signed up with somebody else and they could have been on my team. And then sometimes it hurts really bad when they're promoting and they're going to Emerald and they got their $5,000 bonus and they could have been on my team. So that's how important it is to be consistent, because people will sign up with somebody else unless you ask them and you make that conversation, you make the effort to stay with them. So as far as following up, like this is one example. It says, hey, I'm just curious if you were still interested in being a distributor. I'm currently looking for someone who wants to take this spot and run with me for their $5,000 bonus. I'd love to work with you closely and get you on a fast track to making extra money. Are you ready? And I have 2 tips when it comes to following up. Do it, and do it some more. If you do not follow up, you will not be successful in this business. Mark my words. You can try it, and you're still going to be sitting where you are right now. Following up is vital. I save a follow-up in my text replacement. If you don't know what text replacement is, if you have an iPhone, you go to your settings, go to keyboard, text replacement, and you can use one letter and paste your message into it. And every time you're in your messages, you just type L in space, and it pastes the message. That way when you're following up with all of your customers that you've talked to, you don't have to copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. You just type L, and it sends your message. You get what I'm saying? Follow up, guys. Follow up. Not kidding. Sealing the deal. If you don't do it, you're going to regret it. Let's change your kids' lives today. What's holding you back? Something like that. Sealing the deal is like pushing them to do it without pushing them to do it. You know what I'm saying? So kind of like how we're saying we have one spot left for my 40% off discount. Well, that's going to push them because they know they have one spot and they want that 40% off discount. So we use urgency to get people to sign up. Sorry, I'm like vomiting this. I'm going to save it and record it if y'all need to watch it back, but I don't want this to make it like 500 years long. Organization tips. If you're on, I have a binder. Okay. I put my goals on the front. I'm going triple diamond. This team's going triple diamond by June, presidential by December, ambassador by April. I have those every single day so that when I look at this binder, I know that my goals are there. I know that I have this to look at, and it stresses me out if I'm getting closer to June and I'm not triple yet. So I have this binder. I just went and bought. These are from Target dollar section. They were a straight up $1. I have my goals written over here that I read them literally every day. When I say I read them every day, I read them every day. And this, I have all of my potentials for every month written down. And this, I have all of my charts for everyone on this team. You have a chart if you're on my team. And this, I print out my steps to success every single month, because this way I can see I need 4 customers and I need 3 distributors to fill my steps to success every month. And then if I run out, I start going on the back, and I have them for every single month I've been in this company. Then back here, I have the charts of when I promoted, so I always can go back and look and be proud of myself for reaching them. And then back here, I just have all of the BV of every product. I have the prices. I have, like, this is, you can print this off in your eSuite. It just tells a list of all of the products. Just stay organized, guys. Find something that works best for you. Obviously, everything we do is not going to be the same, but I want y'all, if you're a goal-oriented person and you're visual, print off charts. If you're somebody who likes to write things down and make lists, make some lists. Find something that works best for you, because what works for me is not going to work for you.
And I almost found that, like, once I had my charts done and, like, I was printing them out and I was updating them, it almost pushed me to work harder and sign more customers, because I literally couldn't wait to open my binder and change my volume.
Yes.
And I can't wait to open my binder and write somebody else new down. Like, literally every day, even if I don't sign somebody, I get on my eSuite and I open my binder and I go through my volume to see if anything changed, because I'm so excited to, like, update it and write it down.
Exactly.
It's just like an extra push.
That's why I have steps to success, because I get so excited to fill another box, and I love when I get to turn the paper over and start writing my customers on the back. It motivates you to write things down. New distributor checklist. So a lot of y'all on here are new, and that's awesome, because you're already building your team. We had that $49 promotion where you were able to get people started on with your business with you, even though you had no idea what you were even doing. Those people trusted you, and that's very important. So you need to make sure that you're going to show up and do your job and not quit on them, not leave them, not desert them when they got started because they are not making this work for you. Your job is to lead them. So you need to make sure you FaceTime them. You've given them the tools that they need to be successful. You've added them to our Facebook page. You've shown them what posting is, and you've shown them how to message people. And if you don't know, you better reach out and figure it out, because you have somebody now. It's kind of like your kid, okay? Like, I would never quit this business, and I would never stop doing what I do, because I'm letting all of you down if I do that. And that's how you should feel, because this is a business. This is somebody's livelihood. This is somebody's like option to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of their situation of whether that be they have no money or they're trying to put food on the table for their kids. So if you're like, now that you're building your team, if you quit this and you give up, you're not only giving up on yourself, you're letting your entire team down. And your entire team, if that's one person, that's a big deal, because you're keeping them from being successful. And no, I'm not saying if you quit, they're going to fail automatically, because it is their business and they should run it. But I'm saying that everyone needs leadership. They need somebody to motivate them and push them and help them, because this is a team effort. Nobody's business goes anywhere with just yourself. So if you give up on yourself, you're giving up on everybody below you. You're giving up on your customers that trusted you, your distributors, the people that were going to join you. You're giving up on so much more than just yourself when you quit this business, or decide one day you're going to wake up and be like, I'm not feeling it, I don't want to work today. That's not just you that you're giving up on. So remember that. Figure out your team's strengths. So if somebody joins and you're talking to them, ask them what their why is. Don't just go through the motions of training a distributor. Ask them why they need this business. Ask them what they love about this company, or why they decided to join. Because if your why isn't strong enough to make you cry, you need a new one. And it may take you a while to figure out your why. Now that my dad left, I've decided that I'm going to make my why not about me. Because I think if it's about somebody else, you work harder. And I want to buy my dad land, because that's all he's ever wanted in his entire life. And he's given everything to me, and I want to be able to give back to him. And so my goal is to be able to buy him land that he can have cattle on, because that's what he loves to do. And that's what I'm going to do. And not only am I going to buy myself a car and buy myself all of these things and be able to help and give back to people that have given to me, I'm going to be able to do that for my dad. And that'll be the day that I'll be the most proud of myself and my team and of my business and everything that I've done, because I'm going to be able to do the things that I set out to do. I don't have kids. I don't have a sob story. I don't have, some people were addicted to heroin before this business. Some people couldn't afford to feed their kids. I don't have that. But now I have something to look forward to that is my why as to why I'm going to push this business so hard. So find out what their why is, what your why is, and work towards that, because you need something to motivate you.
One thing I would add to that is that I had to change my why. Can you hear me? Okay, I had to change my why. When I started this business, I just wanted money for myself. I didn't care about helping other people with the products. I didn't care about helping people with my money that I earned. I didn't care about any of it. I just wanted the money for me. And at the beginning of this year, my grandma had a file for bankruptcy. And my grandma has given me everything. Like, my older sister has always had my mom, my little sister's always had my dad, and I'm the middle child, so I've always clung on to my grandma. And because she filed for bankruptcy, I am pushing so hard for Diamond this month, and I'm going to promote, and I'm going to make money, and I'm going to help my grandma. I'm going to help pay for stuff for her. I want to help her with her bills. It's not even about what I want anymore. Like, that's not important to me. You literally have to change your why and make it important, and it makes you work that much harder.
I love that. That's so true. That's why I always say, like, if you join for your kids, imagine walking up to your kids and saying, I'm sorry, like, you're not worth enough. I'm not going to work this business, and I'm just going to give up on it. Are you serious? Like, could you tell your kids that? Could you walk up to your kids and say, I'm sorry, you're not worth enough, and I'm not going to give you this money and give you this opportunity just because I'm just going to quit because it's not working for me? No, you'd never do that. All the excuses you're doing and you're giving yourself in this business, and you're saying, oh, well, I don't want to do this because I'm not feeling it, or I don't want to do this because I don't want to be told no again, or everyone tells me no anyways, why should I even bother? Why don't you tell yourself, like, oh, you're just being lazy and you're just going to give up on yourself, that's why you're not doing it. Like, it feels a lot worse when you're telling yourself, like, the real reason why you're not doing it, rather than just covering it up with an excuse, saying, like, why are you going to do this today? Like, people are going to tell you no anyways. Why don't you just say, no, you're being lazy and you're not going to be successful in this at all? It feels a lot worse when you do that to yourself. So the next thing is, I lost my spot. So kind of, I already talked about this a little bit, but you have so much responsibility as a sponsor. When you join this business was no longer just about you. It wasn't about you making money. My favorite part of this is watching my team text me on the 8th of the month saying, oh my gosh, I just made $100 from my phone. I just made 4 figures from my phone. I just made $2,000 from my phone. That's my favorite part of this company. I literally cry all the time about it. When y'all text me and you're like, I was able to buy this for my daughter, or I was able to pay this payment for school, or I just paid my car payment. Like, because I said yes and because I didn't give up, all of you get to be successful now, and that's what I live for. And the moment you start thinking about that and thinking, oh, I have a team, I have customers that trusted me to join this business, and I have all this potential and all these people that are watching me. Like, there are so many people watching you be successful right now. There are so many people maybe watching to wait for you to fail because that's just the way they are, or watching you to see if you do anything with this business before they take the leap. Think about that every single time you don't post. Think about all the people that were waiting for you to post because they needed to see that, because they're about to go into foreclosure on their home, or they're about to have to get their car repossessed, or that pink slip just came in their mailbox because they haven't paid their electricity. And because you didn't post, they didn't see that opportunity where they could make that extra money. So every time you come up with an excuse as to why you're not going to make this business work, you're not just giving up on yourself, and you're not just ruining that responsibility as you as a leader because you're giving up on your team and you're slacking, because you can't expect your team to work if you don't work. And I say this all the time. Abby's on here. I'm going to kind of point her out. When she was going Emerald and she did this, and then she started falling off and stopped working every day and stopped posting. And she was like, well, nobody's signing up. And I don't get any interaction on my posts. So I'm not going to post anymore. None of her team posted. None of her team enrolled because they didn't have anybody to watch. She wasn't doing what she needed to do as a leader to be successful. And nobody on her team was doing it because she wasn't doing it. And now she came back and she realized that. Now she's working, her team's working, because they follow the leader. And whether you think that you're being watched or you think you're being followed, your team does what you do. So if you don't work, your team's not going to work. If you don't post, they're not going to post. If you're not enrolling, they're not going to enroll. It is all about your mindset and all about the fact of you realizing you are so responsible of everything that happens on your team. And that's something you really need to understand. Copy the right cats. So I tell y'all all the time to follow top leaders like Sydney Stapleton, Courtney Bohr, Courtney Lavey, Kristen Kirkendall, Savannah Stoker, all the people in Diamond Tribe that post all the time, Carly Guerrero, following me, following Abby, Lauren, Cheyenne, Caitlin, everybody that posts on this business and works their business. Follow the right people, get post ideas from them, follow them, talk to them, talk about other people's stories, because this business changes more lives than just ours. This business, we have over 100 ambassador diamonds. You'll understand, $36,000 a month. And they built this business. They all started where you are. Talk about their stories. Talk about people that are in this business because people, they watch you. Kind of like when I tell y'all something, goes through one ear and out the other sometimes. But if I had another leader do a Zoom and they told you that, you'd be like, oh my gosh, wow. Because people need to see other stories. Almost done through my list. Inactivity leads to fear. Activity leads to courage. And Mark Pentecost, the man of all man, said that. And it really stuck with me. Inactivity leads to fear, and activity leads to courage. So if you never work your business and you never post and you never message, and then one day you decide you're going to do it and nobody says yes, you give up on yourself so fast. You quit because you're like, oh my gosh, everyone told me no. Nobody's signing up. I'm not going to be good at this. The devil's going to do anything he can to attack your business, guys. It seemed like the month I was going diamond, everything hit the fan. People quit. People told me no. I had huge orders supposed to sign up, and they didn't sign up. I had all this stuff that was going for me, and it seemed like anytime you're doing good in life, something always comes along to crash it down. How many times have you felt so happy in what you were doing in life, and literally it felt like everything was ending, like one thing after another, and you're like, why can't I just be happy? That's this business. It's like you seem like you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back constantly. It's just like a constant mindset game. One day you're super happy. One day you're super pissed at your team. One day your team's rocking it. One day they're not. That's just something of understanding that this business is a roller coaster. It's sales. It's a business. No business in this entire world ever just runs like a flat line. It's always like this. And it's riding the ups and getting rid of the downs. So every time someone tells you no, go find a yes. Every time someone reads your message, go find somebody that's going to reply. Every time someone quits, go find somebody in the business that's going to run with you. Every time you feel like your promotions fall apart, go to the next month and make that promotion happen. Every time you see your paycheck that sucks, go grow it. Every time you feel like quitting, turn it around, pray about it, go watch some personal development videos, change your mindset, and go do the thing. Stop making excuses. Stop sitting back and waiting for this business to happen for you, because it's not just going to happen. Promotions are not just going to happen. Nothing just happens. This business is you. It's you. It's your team. It's your mindset. It's plugging in. It's going to events. It's doing personal development and watching YouTube videos and reading books and plugging in and being successful instead of watching it be successful, watching other people be successful and waiting for things to happen, because it's not going to happen. You have to do it. I can't tell you how much work I put into this business to be Double Diamond, but every single up and down, every single person that's left my business, every single person that's told me no, I'm thankful for all of it, because I have all of you that are ready, that are eager, that are excited. I have my leaders. I have my paychecks. I have my opportunities. I have my friends. I have so much that has come from this business that I never in a million years thought I would ever have. So I really hope that y'all take things from what we said tonight, and I really hope that you stop making excuses and start telling yourself that you're worthy, and start plugging into our Zooms, to our team page, watching personal development, following those top leaders, and realizing that you can do this business as long as you just put the work in and do those 4 simple things every single day, and know that the work you put in, you're changing lives. You're giving people opportunities that they never would have had in their entire life. Like, guys, I joined from Instagram. I joined from watching some girl post about the businesses, and she wouldn't post that day. I would have never saw that post, and I would not be in this business. So just because she decided to work her business, I was able to say yes, and now all of y'all were able to say yes. So imagine what one post, what one sentence of, like, from your heart that would do. Imagine posting that one story of saying, who wants to join this crazy business with me and make some extra income? You could enroll your next Ambassador Diamond that takes you to the top of this business, because they're just as eager as you are. So leaders, do y'all have anything else that you want to say?
I just think it's so important to go to these events, to find your friends, to find your accountability partner. I didn't know like anybody except Cheyenne, and I'm not a people person. And I made myself go to this event, and I am like, I love Cheyenne, not Knox, the other. I mean, I love you too, but the other Cheyenne. She's now my accountability partner. And like, we realize we're like the same person. And I don't know, it just helps so much to find somebody that's like you in this business, and that helps you grow in this business.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to add on to that real quick. And I feel like going to this event, like, I was so nervous because just like Abby, like, I'm not a people person. I don't like people. And I was super scared just because, like, same as Abby, I only knew Cheyenne. But the thing was is I haven't seen Cheyenne since we were, like, this tall. So I was just like, okay, like, I'm literally going to have to sit in this hotel room all weekend and cry because I don't know anyone. And the first, like, we got there and I was just super nervous to, like, see everyone and meet everyone. But, like, it was so crazy. Like, I'm just going to share it. So me and Shay went to the Emerald and Diamond training, and even though she was a double, she tried to go in. And she was talking to Carly on the phone, and I was like, oh my God, like, it's Carly Guerrero. And, like, you don't think about that, but, like, at the same time, like, she walked out of the door and I was like, it's Carly Guerrero. But then, like, they're human beings, and, like, it was so crazy. And then, like, I met Courtney freaking Lavey. Like, I literally started crying. I literally looked at Lauren Rando and I started crying because I met Courtney freaking Lavey. And, like, it was just so crazy. Like, going to these events just showed me, like, how much I need to be in this business, and, like, I need to help people. And the same thing, like, that Shay said, like, about her why. So we got this paper packet thing from the Emerald and Diamond training, and you had to write down, like, financial goals. I'm trying to find it real quick. Okay, so you had to write down, like, all of your financial goals, and then I was writing them down, and my original why is right here in front of me, and I wanted to pay off my truck, buy a house, and pay for college. That's me. Like, that's all for me. And as soon as I started writing all of this down, the first thing I wrote down was pay off my dad's medical bills, pay off my mom's medical bills. And then I just kept writing, and it was save for my future family. Like that's
10 years away, but we're already starting to save. And like none of it was about me. It was about my parents. And I feel like that right there helped me push so much farther, because now like every time I sign a customer, like today, I think I followed up with all of my loyal customers about this new keto energy, and I think 2 of them like bought it. But every time I was like $1 more closer to sending my family on a honeymoon, because my dad, like my parents, like are married. They didn't really have a wedding, so they didn't go on a honeymoon. And my dream is to be able to send those 2 people in that living room to wherever they want to go in this world, and for however long. If they want to move there, okay, let's pay for it. It works. Like it just, I really like that was my why, because, and then I feel like it's pushing me that much harder because it was not about me. It was about my family and then my future family and like all of that. And then the accountability partner is a really big thing. All weekend after we got home from this event, me and Abby have been like customer, and it's a serious competition. Every time she texts me like, I just want to block her. I'm like, okay, give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna go sign one now. But like you need that person that's gonna say like, okay, like I worked today, did you? And then you're going to feel guilty because maybe you haven't been working today. So then you're going to go message 500 people and sign 2 more customers so then she can go work. But you just need that person, I swear.
Exactly. I love those tips. And I'm so proud of all of y'all. And if you came short on a promotion this month and it just didn't quite make it happen, you still have a whole nother day. And all the work you put in this month brings you closer to that promotion next month. And this team is going triple by June, with or without you. So if you're ready to run and you're ready to go and you're ready to promote, and stop making excuses and stop sitting there knowing that people are watching you saying like, another It Works girl that's not successful. That is what fired me up from day one, is the fact that I knew people were watching me. They were watching me not be successful. They were watching me. They were saying like, this girl's going to fail. Ever since then, I have never stopped working this business. I've never stopped promoting, and people do not look at me the same. They know that I'm successful. They don't give me crap anymore. They don't talk about this business in a negative way around me, because they know that this business works. And that was my goal. That's my goal, is to prove that this company is so incredible and to change lives every single day. So if you're ready to promote, you're ready to start making money, you're tired of watching your paychecks go down instead of up, or not go up at all, it's time to make that change. And it's really time to stop making those excuses and start running with all of us. So you have the help you need. You have the tools to be successful, because if you didn't and I didn't lead right, we would not have emeralds and diamonds on this team right now. We would not have people that decided to show up to green carpet. We would not have people enrolling customers, and we would not have, as of tonight, hit $30,000 in team sales. Literally, I had a panic attack. $30,000, guys. If people didn't want these products, and people didn't think that this business was legit, we would not be here right now. So triple diamond, double diamond, diamond, emerald, whatever the flip your promotion is next month, there's no reason that you cannot hit that promotion. There's no reason that you're not going to be successful in this other than yourself. So you can decide to give up, or you can decide to kick ass. But whatever it is, we're going with or without you. And I want you to go with us. And I want you to make that decision tonight. So go get those customers. Go finish off this month strong tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Is this month a 31 day long month? I don't know. 30.
It's only a 30.
Tomorrow. Get as many customers as you can tomorrow, because that makes it that much easier to make those promotions happen next month, because all y'all finna go Ruby, and y'all are all gonna earn your $5,000 bonus and go Emerald. So I'm really excited to watch it happen. I'm excited to say that I am really excited to watch it happen, and I'm here to help all of you. So plug into the team page, plug into Diamond Tribe. What is today? So tomorrow we're gonna have a power hour. Actually, yeah, if one of the leaders runs it, we're going to have a power hour, because I have a meeting tomorrow night. But Tuesday night at 8 probably is the Diamond Tribe team Zoom with Courtney Bohr and Courtney Lavey. So be sure that y'all are on that. And I love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. And this recording will be posted in the team page later for you and your team. So I'm excited. Let's rock tomorrow, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.